Viewers, welcome back to the Personal Injury Law Show. It's that time of the show when we've got the mailbag. Anna, welcome aboard.
Thank you, Tony. Lovely to be here. Good evening, viewers.
What did you think of the show tonight?
Yeah, very interesting because so many people use public transport. It's relevant information.
And have you noticed every time I've gone on trains or trams, you're always fighting with people. You're trying to grab a hold of something to hold on so you don't fall. And they do jolt, don't they? Especially
if it's busy, it's difficult to find somewhere to hold on to. And the nature of them moving that quickly and with that size, there's a lot of momentum there.
And Don, the only tram that I've ever seen that was empty that I tried to get on, he wouldn't open a door on me. He said he's stopped for the night, that was it.
He's going home.
Can't win.
I was wondering, boys, what TAC rights do people who use public transport have?
Well, if it's an incident arising from the driving of the tram, then, incident caused by the driving of the tram, then they have rights under TAC legislation, medical expenses, they have time-up to wages, impairment benefits.
It's the same as a car accident.
Exactly the same, and also have rights to sue. If it's an incident caused by or arising out of the use of the tram, doors closing, then they have separate common law rights.
And it's a lot easier too, isn't it?
Well,
you don't have to prove serious injury.
There's no test of serious injury, it's just an unfettered common law claim.
That's good. It's probably the only area of practice these days where to actually mount the claim, it's a lot easier than any other area of practice.
Yeah, I think it's the only area, except for assaults and all that, where there is no thresholds that you have to satisfy to get an entitlement to sue.
So it's a lot easier if it's a use of.
Look, a lot more direct.
Okay.
Let's have a look at some mailbag questions. Okay, the first one comes from Pete in Wanturna. DPI show, please help me. I do not have a Victorian driver's licence. I went driving in country Victoria and lost control of my car in the wet weather and ran into a tree. Do I still have any TAC benefits to me even though I was unlicensed? Pete, this is a tricky situation, I imagine. Don, what information
Well, I'm assuming
can you offer?
he's not licensed anywhere. So if he's not licensed anywhere, he's still got rights under the TAC, lodge a claim, you get medical expenses, wages. With the wages, though, you don't get the first 18 months, Tony, because he's not licensed. But he can get the impairment benefits and also have a right to sue if there's any negligent circumstances, but it doesn't appear so in those cases.
Importantly, if someone else caused the accident, it doesn't affect his common law rights, notwithstanding the fact that he's unlicensed.
That's right.
Because two wrongs don't make a right.
No, it appears that he's just lost control, single vehicle.
If it's unlicensed, it would affect his entitlement to getting wages for the first 18 months.
Otherwise, he's entitled to everything else.
Otherwise, entitled to everything else.
Okay.
So the common law is still open to him to pursue?
If he can prove fault, but I'm not sure in those circumstances he could, but like everything else, you just need to investigate.
Okay.
But he should lodge a claim with the TAC straight away.
And ring someone, ring a lawyer.
Definitely.
Okay.
Give you a ring, though.
Yeah.
Pete, we hope we've offered some helpful information there. The next one is from Tara in Albert Park, and this question actually relates to what we've been discussing today with trains and trams. So Tara writes, Dear PI Show, I sustained an injury when I stepped off a tram recently. The doors closed unexpectedly as I was getting off, so to avoid being hit by the doors, I moved quickly from the step, and as I landed, I felt intense pain in my left ankle. I haven't reported the accident to anyone yet, apart from my doctor. I have had x-rays that show that I have fractured a small bone in my ankle. What should I do now? Tara, I imagine that would have been a very painful experience. Tony, what's the process here?
I think this would be a use of claim, Don.
Look,
and
it does have the potential. The only thing is we need to find out and clarify if it was closing the door for the tram to move, because it's still very unclear with respect to whether...
point.
That's right. But the difference between that case and this case was that case was it wasn't moving. There was nothing to do with the moving of the... It was a bus at that time. So it's really got to look at the facts. But if it was just a door closed, had nothing to do with the driving of the tram, then it's a use of, that direct claim we're talking about.
But I would have thought that negligence is very arguable in this case.
Either way, it definitely is. I mean, obviously, something's gone wrong. They've closed the door while she's alighting from the tram, so I think the negligence...
So causation's there. I mean, the reason why she fell is because of the actions of the tram driver.
That's right. And the only thing is we're just going to need to look at whether it is a transport accident and therefore you have to lodge a TAC claim, or it's an arising out of the use of the motor vehicle or the tram, which would...
Hey, Don, you know what it highlights? In a state where jobs are being lost every day, this is a good opportunity to start employing some more conductors again.
Look, there is a lot of discussions about that. Yeah, look, I think having conductors on trams is, well, to reduce the number of incidents would help, Tony.
But not only that, I mean, there's a lot of elderly people that need assistance, even buying your tickets. I don't know about you guys, but every time I go and buy a ticket, I get confused there. I mean, it's
you
not
need
that
a My
simple.
Key now.
Well, that's right, you can't buy tickets anymore. Now you've got to use the My Key. They've taken away the ticket machines.
Oh, well, there you go. That's complicated even more.
Well, look, I just don't
so
even
your
know
mind's focused on trying to pick up a ticket so you don't get booked. In the meantime, you're getting thrown around the tram or train. So it's bizarre, isn't it?
Exactly.
Okay.
But she should get legal advice straight away.
Okay. So Josie can contact the TAC and get legal advice.
Yep, definitely.
Okay. Oh, reporting the incident's pretty important.
Oh, yeah, we've got about that.
Yeah.
You've got to report the incident to the train conductor or the tram company.
Go to the company, I think, and make sure it's consistent with the way you got injured and the way you explain it to the doctors, because that was a problem with that Mrs. Alarm. Do you remember?
And get names of witnesses. It's very common that we hear people say they're witnesses, but we don't know their names. Just get the names of the witnesses.
Well, get
they
a
can
phone
be
number
crucial
at
to
least.
the case.
Get a phone number. Yeah.
Be very crucial to anyone's case.
Well, I guess if you're in pain, the last thing you think about is picking up some phone numbers.
Imagine if you broke your ankle getting off a tram, you wouldn't be.
Yeah. Look, I know it's difficult, but a lot of these cases do arise around the facts. Look at the facts, and if you've got witnesses, that will help.
And in a lot of instances, people do volunteer their information, don't they?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's quickly shoot through the last question. This one's from Josie in Templestowe. Josie writes, I had a nasty car accident back in 2008 and received several injuries. I had a long recovery and was very mentally affected by the experience. At the time, I got a TAC form and filled it out. However, due to my psychiatric condition after the accident, I just didn't get the form sent in. I'm wondering if I can still access any TAC benefits. Does Josie have options here, Don?
Unfortunately, if she hasn't lodged her claim with the TAC, now lodging a claim means signing the form, return it to the TAC. It's been more than 3 years since the accident. No entitlement. Unless you can prove a manifestation of an injury, a late manifestation, but that sounds like it was from the date of the accident.
Is there any provision, Don, for someone that's got, mental issues and couldn't understand?
To my knowledge, the only exception would be minors.
Minors?
Yeah.
Well, Josie doesn't give her age, but...
Not for...
Is it possible to argue, is it a long bow, that because you're not well mentally, that the manifestation of your injuries to yourself didn't occur until that time?
Well, the law says if you sustained, let's say she sustained an injury to, Josie sustained an injury to her finger, and then a psychiatric condition arose 2 years later, it's the time
would give you a basis, wouldn't you?
No, the time starts from any injury sustained in the accident. So if she sustained any injury at the time of the accident, time starts there.
You got no hope.
Should Josie contact lawyers and see if she's got...
She should, because maybe she did return it, we don't know. She should always inquire and send it in and see what the TAC say. You do have a review rights, so if you can prove that it was lodged within 3 years and TAC deny the claim, you do have a right to a review, 12-month review period. Okay.
We wish you luck with that, Josie. Viewers, please keep your questions coming. We do love receiving them. You can contact us via Facebook, Twitter, or on our website, which is www.thepishow.com.
And Don and Anna, thank you very much for your assistance. Viewers, thanks for watching. Stay tuned and stay safe. Thank you.